Welcome to our first annual Mailroom Mother's Day special episode. I'm here with Ben and Mrs. Freeberg, or do we prefer Beth?
Call me Beth.
Okay, Beth. That means we're getting all the dirt. So, Mom, what are you hearing about dating in this day and age?
From Ben, I'm not hearing very much.
Sounds about right.
Yes. From everything that I've heard, my daughter actually met her fiance on Hinge.
Oh, awesome.
So I know a lot of their friends have met on dating apps. It's not the same as when I was single in the 80s and we would go to clubs and parties and that's how you met people.
Yeah.
That was the only way.
And what about New York dating? Anything specific there that you're hearing?
It's amazing to me because there's so many people here. And if you can't find somebody, in New York.
What are you trying to say? Ben, do you agree or disagree?
It just seems like there's, everybody's here and everyone's young and fun and, smart and attractive and, people are just out there. And
do you think sometimes that could be like a supply and demand issue where there's like so many options that the like paradox of choice could get in the way?
I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That could be a good excuse.
Ben, how are you feeling about the options
Good.
in dating at the moment in New York?
I think it's been fun. I think you get to meet a diverse group of people with different jobs, backgrounds. New York brings a lot of people together.
Yeah, some good talent.
Sure.
And what do you think is the best way to meet people? Do you think it's apps for you so far? Or?
I don't think I've ever dated someone off an app.
Oh, okay. So more in the wild?
No,
Oh,
I'm not naming names.
hot take.
When you were in Boston, didn't you meet people on apps?
Oh yeah, but I've
Okay.
never had a girlfriend who I've called a girlfriend
Oh, okay.
that I've met through a dating
Okay.
app.
He's dated.
So you've
That-
had
but
some
I have dated.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Good correction. Mom always knows. We can't put anything past her. So, Mom, what do you think are some of your son's best qualities? Where do we start?
This is her dream.
Thank you for asking.
This will be
Where do I begin? But I think he's incredible. I think he's funny. He's very smart. He's ambitious. He's athletic. He's
sweating.
he's the whole package. He's just kind and considerate and affectionate and compassionate. And he just has a really, really good heart.
Aw, I love moms.
Thanks.
I mean, what else can I say?
Also handsome.
And also handsome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Use that in the reel.
Yeah, we'll put that in for sure. That's number one. Now, what do you think about dating and girls, and what do you think would be important qualities that you'd want to see in a girl for your son?
Well, the qualities, we talked about this. My husband and I talked about this before.
Naturally.
He wishes he was here telling the world what he wants. But, from his perspective, he said, you want somebody who is smart and athletic and adventurous and ambitious and hardworking, went to a good school. And I was like, you just described Ben,
Yeah,
I think it's important also to have somebody who's warm and affectionate and compassionate and somebody who adds another layer to his life besides just the hardworking.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody who's smart and somebody who he finds attractive and somebody who is a good companion and wants to travel and go skiing or play tennis or all the other fun things that you do and travel the world. I mean, a good partner for him, somebody that, he could enjoy, and somebody with a good sense of humor because, he's a comedian.
That's pretty good.
And you agree with all of those attributes?
I think the most important few things, someone that I could have fun with. And I think that is, a lot of the time, it would be helpful if someone was athletic and wanted to spend time exploring and
So I'm right.
Yeah.
Someone that makes me laugh.
Check.
Yeah.
And do you guys think that opposites attract? Or would you want to date someone that does all the things you do and thinks similarly?
I think there's a few things that I thought didn't matter that I think do. I need someone
Such
that's
as?
ambitious. I need someone that cares. It doesn't have to be whatever job they have or however they spend their day or if they started their own thing. Someone that during the week is really happy with how they're spending their time, I think is very important because you want them to have a life and be independent outside of me.
Yeah.
Which I think is very important. And then I also think flexibility for like work-life
physically?
balance. I thought you said this was PG.
Oh, sorry. Beth, did you have a list also that your husband wanted to make sure we hit all those points?
Funny you should ask.
Oh, right there. Prepared as a mom would be.
So, I mean, I think, some of the things that I've said, but also somebody who is, I think I said, like loving and kind, likes to travel, adventurous, sense of humor, smart, fun, makes him laugh, adds to his life, somebody that has something that, I mean, I know he's got a lot, but maybe there's something.
That's good. I
Yeah?
like that.
Is that good?
Yes.
Somebody that adds.
So, Mom, how did you explain the birds and the bees exactly?
Did I?
I don't think I ever do.
Did I explain
No.
it? Did Daddy?
No.
You
I
learned
don't
in the
know.
wild?
At all.
Really?
Yeah.
I've thought about that. Like, what did we say? What did we do? Was
Yeah.
there a book I gave you? I don't remember.
Genuinely nothing.
I don't think that's true, but I don't remember. It wasn't like one of those. It's not like a moment that you think, oh,
Yeah.
this is a moment
That you
that you would
sit him
remember.
down. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, maybe you were just a prodigy in that area.
He just knew. I don't know. We've had a lot of life lesson conversations, and I do offer a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Over, and which is really cool because he tells me that he uses, right? Like you actually in some of his routines, he's actually cited my words of wisdom.
So
which
what
makes
kind
me
of
happy.
wisdom are you applying at the moment?
I think I get very different advice from my mom and my dad. I think all of yours is more emotional, feeling, putting yourself in their shoes. His is more practical, financial.
Shocking. Yeah.
Who would have thought?
You catch more flies with honey, I think is the biggest thing.
That's me.
Yes.
Respect.
Nothing happens when you stay home.
Nothing happens when you stay
Oh,
in the
that's a good
house.
one. Do you take that advice?
All the time.
Like you're always-
Never
He's
at home.
always
Yeah.
on the go. Always on the go.
That's the other piece, actually, that I don't know which one I need or want in a relationship.
So Ben, what is something you wish that your mom knew about being single?
That it's fine. Like it's fine and fun. Like I'm very happy. Like it's
Okay.
dating and being single is going very well.
How
And
well?
I think it's going well. Like I think that in your mind, success and winning and fulfillment for dating is finding someone that you're marrying and having a kid with now. And I am enjoying not having that rush of pressure.
Okay. So
And I
she's
think
results
she-
driven.
Yeah.
But, and I appreciate that, and I do know that. But I'd like him to find somebody that could share his life,
Yes.
and somebody.
So get to it, Ben.
Yeah. I think that's the biggest difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which is why she's so happy to be here.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
want to make
happy.
sure, is there anything else, if you look in the camera and do a sales pitch on Ben, feel free to tell the ladies what they should know.
This is a good idea for a
I
show.
love this so much.
This is lliterally her dream.
This is my dream. This is Happy
We
Mother's
make
Day to
dreams
me.
come true for Mother's Day at Mailroom.
I mean, first of all, I would want somebody to also know and feel that he is as special and wonderful as I do. That's like my bottom line goal.
Mm-hmm.
But just that he's a great guy and he's very fun and compassionate, and I call him my prince. Is that too much?
Oh, no.
Cut that in post.
Such a cat. It's so cute. Okay,
And,
this is too cute.
Yeah,
Aw.
I think you'd be getting a great man.
Love it. Okay. Perfect segue. How would you describe your mom in regards to your dating status? A, supportive, B, involved, or C, especially involved?
I don't think any.
Annoying?
could
Was
be
that
a
a
D.
was that a
I think she's frustrated how little I share. Because when there's something to share, there's something to share.
Okay.
And
That's the strategy.
I am very much in there's no pressure and things happen when they happen. And to share those updates, I think are tough.
I
Should we say?
understand that.
Is it because of like parents' expectations, obviously wanting the best for you and it happening sooner than later, which you're not alone in that, because everyone just wants their kids to be happy and evolve and
I just think it would be nice for him to have, like I said, a person to share his life with. That's
Yes.
what I really think.
Yeah.
But I also understand because I was also, 30 once, and I didn't share, and I was thinking about this. I didn't share, with my parents what I
Yeah.
was doing all the time. And so I do understand. And I'm sorry if I'm annoying sometimes. but
do you
it's from
ask
my
a lot,
heart.
or do you try like stealth questions?
They both try
Mm.
different, mother and father try different versions of it.
What are the tactics?
One, I promise not to tell the other, which doesn't help. Two, they try to do like the foot in the door phenomenon where I just have one question. Is there anyone? And then I just need a first name. What do they do?
Are they on
That's cool.
Instagram? Yeah.
And then,
Do I know their mom?
yes.
Right.
But you've been less involved. I think my dad has set me up a few times.
Oh, how
with
are the
friends-
setups?
With his friends' daughters. They were great, but I'm obviously not with any of them anymore. But I've never been set up with one of your
Were they cute?
friends.
Well, I've tried, but
They've been, I think he has a good
he has a good track
sense.
record.
I think yours have been more on paper, check a box so far.
My mom did one of those, and I not.
Which is fine.
I understand.
But
I'm not
it's-
asking for that.
Yeah.
Which is why
you
we're
don't need
here.
it. You have a whole city
Yes.
of ladies, but it is nice. I do think it's nice when like your parents know someone and they tee you up, especially if they know your type and if
And they're still friends. Right?
yeah.
He's friends with them.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
So
Good
we're good.
ROI on that setup. Beth, how would you describe, from what you know, how would you describe your son's dating style?
I think he takes time to make sure that it's always something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like he tries to do interesting dates. Like instead of just a typical going out for a drink or dinner, he'll say, "Do you want to go, grab a bottle of wine and sit by the river and have a picnic?"
Back to my place. I'm just kidding.
Yes.
That is sweet.
Or
Yeah.
or find tickets to a show like off Broadway or
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
I like to do things where worst case scenario, you get to do something that was just fun that you want
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
And that's not normally
Yeah.
just sitting at a bar.
And I feel like when guys give thought to dates and they're creative, it's really a competitive advantage because a lot of the feedback I hear is like, what do you feel like doing? And you're like, what? At least out of the gates, first date or two. Actually, that's a great segue into the next question. mom, what do you think about chivalry? Do you think chivalry is dead?
I mean, in many cases, but I would hope not. I would hope not. I mean, I think, I hope that I know that I raised a gentleman. And I think that was something that I was very conscious of when you were young, that I was raising a young man that was going to be a man that was going to be, the boyfriend or the husband or the father one day. I mean, I thought it was always in my mind to raise somebody that I would be proud of. And I am. In case you didn't know, I'm a big fan.
We love that.
Yeah.
When you were dating before you met your husband and what you hear now, I won't ask anything too detailed, don't worry, of your mom. But when you were dating, how different do you think things are now? And also, how did you meet your husband?
I think it's very different. I mean, as much as things are, have changed and stayed the same, I actually ran a singles company back in the 80s.
Tell us more.
And so I used to run weekends, like these Club Getaway. I don't know if you ever heard of Club Getaway. No. It was like a camp for adults, and I was like the group sales director of Club Getaway.
When's the next one?
And I did. That was actually, there was a TV show that Club Getaway turned into like some kind of a reality show. But it was not the same as when I was there.
Okay.
Is Club Getaway still a thing?
I don't know if it's still a thing, but it was very fun. I mean, I was in the Hamptons and Fire Island and did all the parties and the clubs and all that. It was a lot of fun. And, I met my husband sort of through that.
How did he pick you up?
I had met him, and I was still dating somebody at the time, and so I wasn't interested, but I remembered meeting him.
Yeah.
And then I had broken up with this guy, and I saw him at another night at a party, and his friend who was with him the night that we met said, "Beth, do you remember meeting Jay?" And brought him over and then walked away. So I guess that was his move.
Yeah.
Who was the friend?
I don't think you ever met him. He was at our wedding, but that was like the last time.
That's a good
Jeff.
Wingman.
Yeah.
The original wingman.
The original wingman. It was good. Yeah.
So Beth, any hot takes on past girlfriends?
Oh.
She has some she wants me to call again.
Oh,
do.
okay.
Well, there are two. Well, I don't know if they're dating anybody yet, but the last
I wouldn't do names.
I'm not going
Yeah,
to.
no names are necessary.
No
Would
names.
you agree that?
No. It's
If it's over, it's over.
It's over.
It's over, it's over. But from what I've heard about, there was one girl in college that I thought was the right
There's
girl
only
at
one
the
girl
wrong
I dated in
time.
college.
Okay, so we don't have to do. You
I
could
think
edit that out.
she thinks that there are people I've dated just
were
because
right.
you're going to give too much away
Okay.
that were right for me at the wrong time in their life,
Okay.
and now the person they are today would be a better fit.
Interesting.
Is that correct?
That is exactly correct.
Okay. So what's your take on timing? Right person versus timing. How important do you think it is?
I'm not sure what Ben's timing is. We were actually talking about this on the way over. I'm like, what's your deal? What's your plan?
How did you answer that?
It's what it is.
Again, that's me being a little involved.
Yeah.
But I think the right person will come along
Yeah.
at the right time when he's ready. And I've been trying to be better at. No?
This show today, I'm hoping buys me
Yes.
a year.
So we're going to do our first ever mother-son speed round. So I'm going to have you guys grab this pen and paper. And I'm going to ask both of you the same question. And I want you to write down your answer, but hide it with that big bicep of yours there. And then we're going to share with everyone what your answers are.
Okay.
And you got that on the first take.
Thank you. Oh, wait, I forgot to do this question. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay. Okay, guys, so.
You can just ask the question. I think people understand what's happening.
Yeah, okay. First question. What are Ben's top 3 deal breakers?
Okay.
All right.
Who goes first?
You, because mine are mine.
Oh, that's true.
True. Valid. Okay. So let's hold up yours and read them aloud.
Okay.
We'll see if Ben takes.
Someone who doesn't have a sense of humor. Someone who isn't smart. And someone who doesn't have a nice group of friends.
Ooh, those are great ones.
I was gonna put number 3.
But that's important to you.
It is. It's important. I don't know if it's a deal breaker.
Okay.
Mine were lazy, smoke cigarettes,
Okay. What about chronic? Is that
vaping,
Yeah.
cigarettes.
Got it.
Don't.
all of the above?
But nothing that is,
Yeah.
that. And then I put, these aren't deal breakers, but they would be really tough to get over is someone that's not funny and rude to waiters.
What if someone
that's
tried?
good.
Yeah, I like the rude to wait. I mean,
That's good.
obviously you can tell someone's character, right?
Yeah.
What if they order with a lot of modifications?
Oh, this isn't a deal breaker, but it's nice to, one of the perks of dating someone is you get to split food when you go out.
Yeah.
And it would be nice, all else being equal, to have someone that can share in that.
Yes.
With me.
Okay.
Which means no, but this is getting picky, but no dietary restrictions.
That's half of New York you just
Which
got
is
rid
half
of.
of
Yeah, seriously. This is a would you rather question. Would you rather see Ben with an older or younger model? If he's 30, would you rather, if you had to pick, a young gal or a older woman?
I don't want to offend anybody. Okay, I have an answer.
Yeah, I literally knew you were going to say that.
You did?
Yeah.
Young with an old soul.
Oh,
How's
I knew that a lot. Yes.
You knew I was going to say
Yes,
that?
exactly.
What was yours?
I don't care.
You're age agnostic.
Age agnostic.
Yes, I like that. Yeah, I actually hear that from a lot of guy friends. What do you think Ben would pick from these 3 options? Blonde, brunette, or redhead? He doesn't even know. You're going to use the same as the one before.
I'm just going on past
Yeah.
girlfriends.
Okay.
She's going to
yeah.
say brunette.
Oh, nice.
What, just because that was...
And good taste.
Yes.
By the way, can we talk about Beth's blowout right now?
Oh, thank
it's
you.
epic.
Thank you, Olga.
Giving it a nod. Yes. Okay, so we'll do one more for good measure.
Okay.
Yes.
Should I just keep this page up?
Yes.
I don't care,
I
Paige.
don't care page.
What do you think is the one line of advice that your mom always gives you? Or favorite quote in this department?
In dating specific
Yeah,
advice?
in dating and relationships.
We're both writing these down.
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to love everything about everybody.
Oh, I like that one.
That's right.
That's
correct.
what
That
I say
is the
to you
thing.
all the time?
Yeah. It's a different form of maybe settle.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
Be kind.
be kind. I say that a lot.
Yeah. Back to the settling part real quick.
Like
Kind, yes.
there was a girl that I liked that I dated for a bit that she asked what happened, and very honestly, I don't think she was very intelligent. And I think that's something important. I had a lot of fun and it was great, but it wasn't someone I was, I don't know, like intellectually stimulated by. And her response was, "Do you need that?"
You're like, she has a pulse. That is like number one.
I said, but you had so much fun with her,
Yes.
and it was like everything else, and like, you know, you could be intellectually stimulated by you know
Your friends
your car
and-
workers, and you know, like maybe that person would just be somebody fun and fabulous, and doesn't have to be, you know, a rocket scientist.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
She doesn't have to be a rocket scientist.
Sometimes when I talk to my mom and I'll tell her, I could be like, well, I think he might be a serial killer. She's like, well, but is that a phase? Is that like, Do you think he's through that, or So I can relate.
That's good.
Yes. Yeah. So also on the idea of holding out versus settling, what's your opinion on that? Like, how do you have a timeline? This is more of a girl thing, but do you feel like you have a timeline and that's something that you think about?
Do you want to go first or second?
No, you go.
I think that there are I've been to a lot of weddings.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of friends who are married. And I think, the stats are the stats. I think a lot of people are going to end up getting divorced in a few years because they married a person that was good but not the perfect fit for them.
Yeah.
And why do that? Like, why? I just don't, there's nothing that I think I'm putting a time clock on.
Yeah.
It's just if it's right, it's right.
Fair.
And what about, do you believe in soulmates, or is that like outdated stretch? Mom?
I don't know if there's such a thing as soulmates.
Yeah.
I think there's somebody that you could, if you're lucky enough to find it, I think that's amazing. And whatever, maybe somebody has a different explanation or definition of what a soulmate is.
Yeah. In closing, Mom, what would be some advice that you would give all the sons out there about dating and relationships? Any final words of wisdom?
I mean, I think follow your heart and trust your instincts, and be yourself, and you'll find the right person, and she's out there.
And then on the flip side of that, any advice you would give the women that watch and want to meet some great guys like your son?
It's so interesting because I go out, in the neighborhoods and whatever, I'm in New York City or wherever I am, and there are so many women that are out there, they're just like walking by, like, pay attention to who's around you. Go up to somebody that you think might be interesting and start a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, get your head out of your phone, maybe look around, and 'cause they could be
make
right
some
there.
eye contact.
Yeah, they could be right there.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think.
That's good advice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Amen. Well, thank you guys so much for joining the mailroom.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you. And ladies, we have a lot more mail to go through next time. See you then.